Easy being the fastest quarterback you've never seen. I'll be right back. There's no quicker way to get into DFS. Play Super Draft today and see for yourself.
We're behind. They're all fired up. What we got to do? First place, our defense has got to go out there and take the ball. Then when we get the ball, we got to have 11 people that's going to do their job and try to score every time you get the football. If we do that, we'll be all right. If we do that, we'll be all right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the CTS Sports Room. I'm back with another episode, and tonight, we're going to be this massive 2023 Georgia recruiting class. My title tonight is Georgia headed into Dynasty mode? Because I really think they are headed into Dynasty mode with this. They got some real special recruits on this, and before we get started, please hit the like button, everybody. Please hit the like button. Share it with all Georgia fans, all your football fans, with everybody, man. Look, but I got a guest on tonight. My guy, Heart of the South. He a big-time Georgia fan. Been a Georgia fan all his life. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. One time I thought he was a Broncos fan, but I didn't realize at the time when I was little, he just liked the Terrell Davis. That's all. But I'm finna bring him on. Y'all show him some love in the chat. Y'all show him some love.
TD, baby. You remember
what's
TD?
going on, man?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Go
I remember we used to play. I remember we used to play that NFL. What was it? Game Breaker or something like that.
Game day 98.
Yeah, that what it was. Yep. 98. Yep. Man, so I wanted to get you on because I know you know about this Georgia stuff, man. And just be real, y'all at number 2 right now, but man, look, they can easily be a number 1 class for real, man. Y'all got some dogs in this classroom, and that's why I put my title is Georgia headed into dynasty mode, because with this class, yes. I can't even, I can't front, man. I tell her how I see it, man. It is what it is. But first, we're gonna talk about the players that has entered and players that y'all have picked up from the transfer portal. We're gonna start off with the ones who entered the transfer portal, and the first one is Gilbert. Can you tell me what you think going on with that kid? Because come on, he's a former 5-star. He left LSU as a starter. I don't know why, and he get to Georgia. So much issues at Georgia. So what's going on?
So if I remember, Reek was the highest rated either tight end in college or offensive player. It was one of the two when coming out of high school, and he is an absolute animal, man. He's a beast. He's almost if I can compare him to anybody in the NFL, he is like Deebo Samuel to me. That's how he plays. Plays like Deebo Samuel. He runs like a running back. He's powerful like a running back, but he got hands. He catches like a receiver. He can run routes. He can block. Like, he is the real deal. I personally feel, and this is me talking, I don't know him personally. I'm not in his home. I'm not in his inner circle. I don't know none of his friends and family. I feel like it's a situation where he has some form of pressure that's coming from the inside. He got people tugging him the wrong way. Maybe he got people that spent money the wrong way, and so he's looking to help them out or something. Because when he went to LSU, he chose to go to LSU, and he played and started. If it was about playing and starting, he could have stayed there, but he was having academic issues. So therefore, he ended up transferring to Georgia, where Kirby completely, from my understanding, set up a whole system around him to get his academics up, which based off of the fact that he was playing, which meant his academics were up. So then when he comes into the spring ball this year, he was about, I want to say 30, 40 pounds overweight. So completely not even remotely focused, obviously in the offseason, on any kind of football, getting ready for football, any way, shape, or form of that. And then for him to get on the field a couple of times, I think he played in the Mississippi State game. I think he didn't. He traveled for that game, but he didn't dress. He played in the Vandy game, and they got him a touchdown in the Vandy game. And then I think he traveled for the Florida game, but he didn't play in that game either. So to me, the writing kind of saying like this relationship, but this kid is gonna leave because he's one of those of sports. When you're that talented, they always forget you on the field. So that tells me that whatever his issue was, it was beyond football. It was beyond football. It was something personal. It was something with himself mentally or family or something. Because when you're that talented, I done seen schools break every rule in the book to get that kid on the field, and he wasn't playing. So, obviously, I wish him the best, and I honestly think we will see him again. And I wish him the best, but he's gonna be an animal when he do get back on the field, though.
Yeah. And see what you just said, you seen it, and I know from past college that them dudes. I'll be like, so they had to break rules on the field, but that's why I try to tell kids now too. You need to take the education serious because we kind of past that time now. It's too many smart athletes that can actually ball than them taking a chance on an athlete that ain't doing what they got to do. So I try to encourage kids now that it's going into high school, even middle school, or going over, like, be on up your schoolwork, man. Like it's important, man. It's important. But the next guy is I don't know much about him. Yeah, I don't know much about this next guy. Bill, tell me something about him. Like, I see he transferred to Arizona.
Yeah, and see, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat, even me. I don't know very much about Bill Norton either. From my understanding, he was primarily just fixated on trying to get on the special teams and play because he couldn't start. Obviously, when you start recruiting the way that Kirby been recruiting, that defense has just been insane. It's just been insane, and so trying to get playing time on the field, it's impossible. So. I feel like he just was athletes that just kind of got lost in the wash when your team started getting success. And then every time you get success and you start building on that by adding more and more 5-stars, you develop and get on the field like you put on a normal team, he's kind of, getting washed away when you keep adding these kids that you just can't deny to be on the field. And I think he's one of those players on the Georgia team. Even though you try to love all the players, he's one of those players that probably very many Georgia fans don't know much about, and he kind of get lost in the wash because we're so fixated on the now, that the fact that we're winning now and we're doing what we do in that race, so we're not really fixated on it. I didn't even know he went to Arizona. I just know he was in the transfer portal. So this is news to me. Find out they actually signed with a team.
And trying to get on the field at special teams. That's another thing I try to tell you, high school kids going to college. I'm like, look, if you want to get on the field, learn how to play special teams and learn it from when you first get to high school. Learn how to play special teams, because your guy Terrell Davis, when he got drafted, he wasn't seeing the field like that in the preseason, but he took special teams serious. He was going down the field killing people, and that brought awareness to the coaches. And coaches like, who was he? Then they started noticing that. Then he started getting his touches, and when he got his touches, he was able to prove what he was able to do. I tell kids, special teams are important.
Yeah,
they're very important. Yep. But
and then,
y'all picked up 2 players. Go ahead.
A lot of athletes actually, a lot of people end up on special teams in the NFL. As you know, and they were previous started. If you look right now, what's the running back name? Gibson, right? Yeah. He was the starter last year on kickoff return. So that just makes you more valuable when you got those additional skill sets. Like,
yeah, because it's one of them things. Like, let's say it coming down to cuts, they need a linebacker. Both of y'all play linebacker well, but this linebacker plays special teams and linebacker well. They're gonna go with that linebacker that can play special teams too and cut. You're a good linebacker, but you can't play special teams, so you're gonna probably get the cut because the other dude know how to play.
Yeah. Look at Cordell Patterson. He's literally making his career right now off the fact that he's versatile. Yeah.
Yes, facts.
Literally
he came in as a wide receiver. Now they line him up at running back. Like, dude, dangerous, bro. And he huge. Like, God dang, dude, huge.
Yeah.
Hey, but y'all picked up 2 players in the transfer portal, and both of them receivers. Do you know anything about them? Thomas.
So I know a little bit about the receiver, about Ra, because we were trying to actually recruit him out of high school. So that's why I know a little bit about him. I know that man, they're big, they're tall, fast. We need receivers because this upcoming season, we pretty much, man, we're going to be depleted on offense. I think we're going to lose, who is it, Bowers and Darnell within the next, so they'll both be gone within the next 2 years. As far as our wide receivers, I know we got 3 of them that should out in the next 2 years as well, because we got a couple of super seniors and 1 senior. So being able to get receivers in that have played, to me, is important, because then they're going to get on the field, and the only thing they need to know is they just need to know the playbook. And then they're both SEC receivers. So they're receivers that they know the SEC grind. They know how the SEC physical play works. They just literally need to learn the system. We did pick up 2 big-time receivers and doing the recruiting, but they're young. Yeah, they're young. And so that's the key why I'm so glad we grabbed those 2 receivers out of the portal, because I think it's going to pay off for us in the long run.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Ra Thomas pretty good too. I remember Ra. Like, yeah, he pretty good, man. What my boy Brock said, DBU is back in 2000 Alabama. Okay.
Nah, you gonna have to go ahead and get past Alabama.
Hey, we did. Me and Brock, we did. We got Desmond Ricks. Yeah, I seen that. We did a show. I did a show with him earlier today. And I said, y'all can have everybody, LSU and everybody else, y'all can have DBU and everything, because Alabama is NFL U. But yesterday,
you gotta pay homage. I said, until someone take the title, you gotta pay respect.
Yeah, fact. That's fact. But yesterday y'all had 24 players that signed a letter of intent, and y'all got, what his name, Damon Wilson, 5-star dude, 6'4" and 230. What's your thoughts on that dude, man?
So as much as I love Wilson, and we're going to talk about Wilson because you asked me about him, he's actually not even my favorite player that we signed. But speaking about Wilson, Wilson is an absolute animal. So I believe that Kirby has finally found one of those edge rusher that he can just look at and say, go finish the game for me. Go finish. I don't want to just sit here and play this mush rush and let coverage end up winning. I want you to go and finish the game by taking the quarterback out. About Wilson, I think Wilson is super fast. He's quick on the edge, and he's one of those he's like a super young Von Miller-ish type player. Like he's not the biggest edge rusher. He's so big, and he got power at the point of attack. Everything I watched on him, I absolutely love it. Wilson, obviously, we are excited that we got. He's amazing, man. He's an absolute.
Yeah. When I looked at, I was looking at all these boys highlights today. That dude dangerous, man. No, and that's what my title is. What it is, because when I'm looking at a lot of these boys in this class, I'm like, sure. I said they easily could have been a number one class, man. Cause these some dudes, man. These some dudes, bro. And my one that I'm ready to see is AJ Harris from Phoenix City, Alabama. He played right up the street from me right here. And it's funny because are you familiar with? You remember Glenwood, right? The private school.
I do.
He actually started off there he actually started at Glenwood. Then he came over to the Central. You know what I'm saying? That was interesting because when them kids come from Glenwood, I'd be like, but he came to Central and to a 7A school and he looked at his advertised. He dude good. Like, so what do you know about him? How much do you know about him?
So I do know just a little about him. The thing and that's why I was telling you, like, when we first talked about Wilson, when I said that, you know, we're glad to remember that he's not one of my favorite players. I feel the same way about AJ. Like, I was fixated on AJ and Wilson. They fixated on the ratings, and don't get me wrong, they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. They're beasts. I feel like AJ is one of those players that he's not going to come in right away and do his thing, because I feel like for what Kirby Smart likes, they're going to want him around that 205 range. And I think right now he normally he sits around that 170, 180 or something like that. Yeah. So I feel like he's a little small. I think he's a little small as far as like weight wise for SEC play and for how Kirby wants to play, because he likes to hit. He wants you to hit and he wants you to tackle.
The facts.
And at 185 pounds and the SEC coming up against one of those, you know, those Alabama running backs, those South Carolina running backs, Texas Tech running backs. I don't know, man, but I'm interested in seeing him. I do know he plays some offense as well, so it shows that I can play. I know he plays receiver sometimes, so you know, maybe you might get lucky and get a little bit of that Richard Sherman effect, because you know Richard Sherman used to play receiver, so maybe you'll get a little bit of that where his ball tracking skills, it might pay off. The fact that he played offense so well, and maybe that's what Kirby is looking for. Maybe Kirby is looking to take care of the box with just his front seven and not have to worry about his corners tackling, and just use that skill set as a one-on-one coverage. We're gonna blitz a lot. I don't know what their plans, but as far as like his athleticism and his skill set, like he has everything it takes to do the job. But I want to see how he's going to work out at his current weight and size. But I think they're going to make him sit for a little bit.
Yeah. And see, like we was talking about earlier, they be so quick to leave. And I was talking to Brock earlier about this. These kids got to realize football is a developmental sport. Whether you got to get your weight up, you got to get your skill set up. And these kids, they so impatient now that just because they're trying to wait, they trying to sit you out for your best interest to get your weight up, get your skill set up. They get so mad and hit the portal. Now, when you hit the portal, you stopping your. I feel like you stopping your development process because you keep jumping around. Now you're not being settled in one program at a program because you keep hopping around, and that's affecting your development for real. It's crazy.
I'm not a huge fan of the current portal rules. I feel like they need to like hone that in somehow. They need to make it where if your coach is fired, if your coach leaves the program, if your coach resigns or anything like that, you have one grace period of you can transfer with no penalty, no issues, no nothing. If you leave on your own, if you leave because I don't like this coach, I don't like how the offense is run, I don't like that I'm not playing, you got to sit out a year. And they can also implement that that hardship rule, where if you like a family member sticking, they keep utilizing that too. But as far as like right now, I feel like the way the portal is, and it actually is hurting recruiting, because if you listen to what Kirby Smart said, and that's an exact quote, but Kirby, when they asked why didn't we pick up a quarterback in recruiting, Kirby Smart said, need a quarterback. There's plenty of them in the portal. He literally said there's plenty of them in the portal. And so why should I get a high school quarterback that I have to sit here and develop for 2 or 3 seasons? Everybody ain't Jalen Hurts and Tua and Justin Fields, Lawrence. There ain't that. Your average quarterback is gonna sit for about 2 to 3 seasons. Why do I gotta waste time doing that? I can go and I can get a Caleb Williams. What's going to happen at Ohio State and see if CJ Stroud's going to transfer. I can get an experienced quarterback who's not going to be terrified under pressure. Keep the teams that aren't very difficult, and by the time we get to a difficult team, he got the arm. And so I think it's hurting a lot of those kids that would normally get an opportunity in college to play. They're not going to get looked down, because why would I worry about a 3-star quarterback or a 3-star receiver when I can go to the portal and grab me a 4-star receiver, 5-star receiver from Missouri or Mississippi State? So or even the highly rated JUCO kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one of them. Why would you do that? Right now, Alabama, would y'all lose 2 5-star receivers in the portal?
Yeah.
So why would I try to recruit a kid out of high school who has to learn, who has to put on weight, who has to learn the grind of the SEC, who has to learn how he needs to be coached, when I got a kid already who, especially like say for a program like Georgia, which is basically an Alabama 2.0, I already know how this kid work ethic should be. Let me now tailor to that, bring him into Georgia. Hey man, you can fit right on there and just keep moving, and you won't have to worry about the grind of trying to teach a freshman the life of playing college football. So I think the portal right now, with the current way that it's set up, I think it's hurting. I think it's hurting high school kids, to be honest.
And this what before you got out what you said. This is exactly what I've been saying. I said I feel with this portal, I feel sorry for the high school kids, and for the same exact reason that you said. Why am I going to get this even a 4-star, but mainly a 3-star kid that's really a dog, but I still gotta develop him when, for instance, let's say the year we got Jameson Ohio State. Why are we going to recruit a receiver when we can pull Jameson Williams and he could be a day 1 starter? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Yeah. When you got people,
somebody who can jump the field for you, and just what his pure speed alone, he's a threat.
Yep. So I feel with this portal, I feel for the high school kids, man, because a lot of them kids getting looked over for the exact thing what you just said. So I see I really can't. Samuel M. Pimba from IMG Academy. He's an edge rusher. Do you know anything about him?
No, I don't know too much about Sam. So I did see when we picked him up. I don't know too much about Sam. But the biggest thing I do love is that he did come from IMG. Everybody knows the IMG pedigree. That's the big thing about IMG. I know he's that stereotypical build of an edge rusher that Kirby Smart liked. Where you even though you're labeled as a edge rusher, you're more of like that hybrid that he needs to kind of slide in. Almost like that Walker type player. Where just Trayvon Walker, where you kind of slide him around. That's the one thing I do say I like about Wilson is I always wanted that edge rusher that you say beat the tackle, go get the quarterback. I feel like with Samuel, he's more of he's gonna set and hold the edge. Yeah, he's gonna set and hold the edge. He's gonna sit there. He's not gonna let you get on the end. He's gonna help with the run game. So he will have a place because Georgia kind of slips in and out of like that weird. Sometimes we look like we're in a 3-4, even though it's a 4-3. It's weird sometimes because we have that star end that kind of plays like a linebacker / defensive end. So even though it's a 4-3, it could easily be looked at as a 3-4 at times. I think he's going to be that guy that's going to be on that strong side, on that far left side, and he's going to be setting the edge. So,
Like, and that's what I like. That's what I like about the kids from IMG Academy because they're playing football at the highest level, so they are the most college-ready kids. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like because we get a lot of players from IMG Academy. Matter of fact, the dude Desmond Reeks that just signed a couple of hours ago, he from IMG Academy too, cornerback. So I always been high on the IMG Academy kids. 7-8 kids anyway, like as a whole. But your guy, the next guy up on this list, your guy, Raylan Wilson.
That's my favorite player.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. That's the one who I'm saying. I love Damon. I love AJ. I love all these other players, but it's Raylan for me, man. He's gonna be that next legendary Georgia middle linebacker. Everybody knows Georgia always have that dude. We got the Roquan Smith. You got the Kobe Dean. Like he's gonna be that next dude. That boy is built. He's built for SEC football. He's sitting at like 6'1", 6'2", 220. I think it's like 6'2", 220.
They got him right here. They got him 6'2", 213, but that's give or take.
Yeah, I think he normally plays at around 220, and a lot of people don't realize like he does punt returns, so he's a straight up athlete. Like he's an animal. I'm looking forward to him coming in because I think he's gonna be one of those ones that's gonna come in, and even though he's not a day one starter, he's gonna be on that rotation where every time that defense rotate in or it rotates out, he's gonna be on the field. They're gonna get him on the field. He's gonna definitely get on the field.
But when I was looking at his film today with his tape today, I'm like, dang, this dude he on both sides. I said he's too big for this. I'm like, this dude. Hey, but when I was looking at all, like even when I was looking at Alabama highlights and Alabama player highlights, all these kids, man, they be playing on both sides of the field, bro. These kids some athletes, dog.
But he looks comfortable catching the ball like that, and that's the difference. When I tell people about being an athlete versus you're being forced to play, because I was forced to play on certain sides of the ball when I played, but I wasn't comfortable playing them. I could do it if my coach asked me to do it, but I wasn't comfortable. These cats look like they are naturally supposed to play there.
Yeah,
and it's scary, him as a 220-pound middle linebacker that's catching punt returns and returning them back for touchdowns. It's insane.
Hey, you know what the crazy thing was? I remember when you played nose guard, bro. I'm like, hey, you wasn't no lineman side, dude. You wasn't big at all. How much did you weigh in high school when you played nose guard?
At that time, I was 220.
220
because I put on weight to play. Because normally I was playing strong safety or outside linebacker, so I was sitting at around 205, 210. And then when my coach asked me to play nose tackle, he was like, I need you to put on some weight. So in like a month period, I went up from 205 to about 220. By 220, that's about all I could do in 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would eat nonstop. Aunt Shell wasn't happy about that, all the food I had to eat. But yeah, I got out there, but he made me play because he was like, he's like, I know you ain't gonna quit. He said, you're strong and powerful, and I know you're gonna get the job done. And I mean, I didn't complain. I just went and did it.
I appreciate you, Stephen Hicks, for tuning in, man. I'll see you later. See you next go around, man. But yeah, that was crazy. I was like, how the heck he playing nose guard, bro? That weird as I don't know what. Hey, so y'all got another offensive lineman. I think it's Monroe Freelings or something. Now, when I looked at his film, he a pusher. Like he a bully. But I do see that he's an offensive lineman. He a big guy, 6'7", 283, but he's gonna have to develop. He's gonna need some work. That's what I seen from him. But he is a bully. I seen him bully people on his tape, but he's gonna need some work on the next level. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think he's gonna be one of those traditional Georgia linemen where a lot of those guys don't come in and play. That's exactly what they do. They're going to develop for about 2 seasons. So his first year, the scout team guy, maybe punt return, punt block, something like that. That second year, that's when he's going to be more than likely in the rotation. Third, he's actually going to be developed enough to be on the field consistently.
Because he has what it takes.
Weird because how colleges, even though they start, they'll be in a rotation so much that you don't know who the actual starter is at the actual position. So I think he's gonna be one of those kids where he don't have to worry about. That's the beauty of playing offensive line and defensive line at places like Georgia, Ohio, Alabama, where we're not bringing you in as a freshman to start. We bring you in
we're not looking for it.
We got a history of getting you. We got a history of getting you to the league. We know that we play a lot of rough ball and people are going to churn in and out. We're gonna be rotating people out for injury. So we need you there just in case. But your second and third year, you'll be on the field. Yeah. So, that's
what I said earlier. And then what I was saying on my show earlier when I did the Bama recruiting, I was like, I need these freshmen to come in with the mindset, develop me. But when you're going through the process, give it all you got in the process because you never know. You being developed, but you giving all you got in the process, you feel. But don't be so butthurt about it that now you ain't even giving 100%. You ain't being coachable now because you mad about not playing. You know what I'm saying? So they come in with that attitude, man. That'd be great.
Yeah, and I think, and I know this is probably the story that everybody tired of hearing, but I think Stetson Bennett is like the definition of don't stop working. Even though it's not your time, even though they keep on saying somebody else is better, keep working. So when your opportunity does come, you take advantage of it. Because if you remember when Stetson Bennett came in, when he won those games, they were still ready to go back to JT Daniels.
JT, yep.
JT, like, let's go back to JT. And then Stetson kept playing so good. They was like, you know what? Keep the damn dude on the field, man. Let him play. Yeah.
He got a high hand.
Yeah, you gotta be ready, man, when it's your time.
And I was telling people about that JT, that they still were talking about JT. I said, look, if JT in the game, y'all gonna give up more sacks because one thing Stetson gonna do,
he can run.
He gonna get away from that. I said JT.
No, the JT, he's an old school quarterback, man. He's a statue. He don't move.
Yeah, he a statue. You see, he to Rice.
He's at Rice now.
Yeah, he didn't transfer from West Virginia to Rice now. Yep.
Jesus.
I said, God dang it, bro. It usually don't go good when the kids when they transfer like that, it usually ain't good. So you transfer from USC, from Georgia, from West Virginia, now he at Rice. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, that's not good. You're learning too many systems as well, too many cultures.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just trying to get himself a chance, man. But it's one of those things, though. It's like, go out there and compete, man. Beat out the guy who's trying to take your job. Like, beat him. Like, yeah. Don't just want it to be handed to you. Go beat him.
And see, that's what the former Alabama players be saying. They be like, man, that's why we were so good. They were like, they said one time, they were like, our practices were harder. And I know Georgia players are gonna relate to this too. They were like, our practices are hard when we was there because we were going against the number one tackle and the number one offensive line, the number one receiver versus the number one DB. Like, that was our practice. So when we got in the game, it was easier.
It was nothing.
Nothing. I know Georgia gonna relate to that. I know they can. Yeah. But the next guy on the list, he my favorite. As I watched them, everybody highlights just now, like,
don't say Troy.
Troy, that dude.
Don't say Troy.
Hey, bro. Hey, do you remember that one tape? But my dad had back in the day. It was called Crash Course or something. It was showing off my old NFL hits when they were just knocking the crap out of people. Remind me of, hey, bro, he hitting hard as I don't know what, bro. He got that he hit like an old school football player, bro.
Yeah, he played like your dad coach. It's like his dad just determined a long time ago, I'm a defensive coordinator and I like blitzes and hits, so that's all you gonna do. Man,
I'll be damned if you play wide receiver.
He's my second. He's my number 2 favorite person because he's a linebacker, and I think, man, with him and Wilson side by side, oh my goodness! Like, I think we're gonna see that situation of that N'Kobe Dean situation where we had both of them boys side by side, just hawking each other, hawking everybody down, and it's gonna be nice because I think with Troy, the good thing about him is, since he's one of those players that, like Deion's boys and all those other Marvin Harrison's son, those athletes that their kids know what it takes to get to that, because they got the parent that said, if you seen me do it, now you know exactly what to do to get to this point. And they got all the right resources, they got the right circle, they got the right workout regimen, they got the right meal prep. Even with Justin Fields, like, I don't know if you ever seen that documentary with him when he was a rookie, coming in and like had people around him that knows that process. Troy is gonna come into Georgia day one, and you will see him on the field next year. He will be on the field next year.
I said by saying offense that basically was trying to kick him out to the outside, but he hit that one technique when you go up under it, then he shot inside and stopped the play. I said, this dude here. I said, you can tell that's what you can tell his daddy taught him that, like that. Yeah. I'm like, because when you in high school, most high schoolers don't have that knowledge already. You know what I'm saying? Don't have that type of skill set. That's something that comes later on in college. He did
power through everybody.
Yeah, but he knew the hit the inside and he stopped him dead in his tracks, man. Hey, it's one dude, CJ Allen, man. He a linebacker. How much do you know about him? Like, I seen him. To me, he all right. He's not gonna be a day one starter, but he has the potential, of course.
So I feel like with the returning linebackers for next year, and when we added Raylan and Troy, I think CJ is going to be more of because what is he? Yep, 217. So I think CJ is going to be more of those situational players where he's going to come in, the third and long. Yeah. He's going to be asked to rush, just to get him on the field. He's going to be asked to, hey, we want you to rush the quarterback, because it's more about speed packet. Yeah. But I feel like as far as just playing the natural linebacker position, I don't think he's going to be on there year one. I think he's going to be focused more on special team and coming in situationally. But overall, man, he is a really, really solid player. I didn't think that he was up there where they got him at with the 4-star.
Yeah,
I looked at I thought he got a little overrated a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's based off of what I saw, based off what I saw of other players. But I know that they also consider the level of competition. So some of the he does play against a higher level of competition. So I can kind of understand. But I did originally think that 4-star rating was a little high for him.
And what you saying that's another thing I realized. They throwing that 5-star, 5 stars is what I'm talking about. They throwing that thing around very loosely now, man. I remember coming up, it wasn't that many 5 stars like that, bro. But now you look at this, you be like, how in the hell is it 25 stars?
Yeah.
Like, god dang.
And then on top of that too, I think what ends up happening too is they keep re-racking these lists every few weeks, and then they got 100 different lists. So you can look at we'll say ESPN, and then they got these 10 people as the top rated athletes. Then you look at 24/7, and they got these people as 5-star. Then you can look at all these different things, and everybody got a different rating system. And then every other week they change the ratings.
And that's what I want to know, like what you just said, all these rating systems. So what is the true rating system? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's so many. Because I know I do. When I look at Bama rosters now, in the past, like, 5-star, 5-star, 5. You be like, damn, we got a lot of 5 stars. Then you go look at another list. You be like, okay, this one got him as a 4-star, but I see him more as a 4-star than a 5-star. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I think it's a lot of stuff that plays into it. Is I think depending on what side of the country you're on, what certain programs sponsor certain things, so forth and so on. Because I felt the same thing about what's the Manning kid that when he went to Texas, when they had him rated as a 5. I was like, and I looked at his, I was like, that's a 5-star,
bro.
I was like, no. And so I felt like he got that rating because of his name. Because there was nothing I saw when he played at 5-star. Not one throw, not one play. I was like, this is not a 5-star.
The players he looked like he looked like he played against 8th graders, bro. Let's be for real.
He was
like
huge playing against them.
Yeah, man. Like we went in the day on him today. I was like, the kid might be good, but I didn't see it, man. I knew it was a Manning thing. That's why I know at one point we was pushing for him. I thought Georgia was pushing for him too, but I know I didn't want that distraction. I ain't want that hype of the Manning name at Alabama, you know what I'm saying? Just because of Eli and Peyton. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want that hype, bro. And looking at him, to me, he's overhyped. And that I didn't like about it, he didn't want to go to the Elite 11 camps. I'm like, is he scared to compete, or is he like, what is it? Why he doesn't, like, you're a quarterback, you're a highly ranked quarterback in high school. Why don't you want to go compete in that camp to prove it to everybody, you know? Like, so I don't know, man. I ain't care for him like that.
Yeah, I was kind of glad as well that we didn't get him, because there was rumors that one of our, or if not two of our current quarterbacks in our roster were going to transfer if he came in, because we got, a lot of people don't know, we got Gunner, and we got Brock. Got Brock Vander. And so they were saying that either one or two of them was planning on entering the transfer portal if he would have came, because basically we already know how it's going to work. If he came in, that Manning kid came in there, they were going to try to make him play. They were going to try to play him just by his name, because they were saying receivers were going to come there with them. Tight ends was planning on coming with them, so forth and so on. I was very happy that didn't happen. I mean, to be honest, if he would have came, we would have never seen what Stetson had done.
Yeah, for real.
They would have probably put Stetson out. So, I mean, everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah. Well, one of the things, Arch coming next season, so Stetson, it wouldn't affect that Stetson like that, because he coming next season.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Know,
but speaking of Arch, y'all. Yeah, Carson Beck. Yeah. Speaking of Texas, I'm doing the Texas recruitment show tomorrow too, y'all. I got a Texas guy. He coming on. He doing this recruitment show in the morning. So 10 o'clock. If y'all want to tune in, please do. But wide receiver Tyler Wilson. Now that dude good. That dude is good. And that's what I noticed with y'all class. Y'all upgrading the wide receiver position this year. You know what this coming class. I like the wide receivers that y'all got, but this dude, he a fast dude, good route runner. I feel like he can with the what y'all got leaving probably.
Right.
I feel like he can come in and make a push to be a a rotating player or a starter. I feel like he can make a push to get in the lineup.
So I believe he will be a day one starter. I think he's gonna be a day one starter. I think he will make that top three. Obviously, the two transfers, I think those are going to be your primary two that comes in. And I think even though Tyler might not be necessarily listed as the number three, I think he's going to come in and he's going to play more as the number three because, unfortunately with college football, you have to kind of tailor to the fact that you recruit certain kids from certain schools. They try to keep those relationships. This kid is a junior, this kid is a senior. So we want to try to get them something on tape for NFL. There's a lot that go into why some of those players are on the field still. But ultimately, I think Tyler will come in next year, especially with some of the tight ends starting to rotate out. Because even though we are still recruiting a lot of tight ends, very heavy. Ultimately, Todd Monken wants to play more receivers, but the tight ends are the tight ends right now.
I recruited some good tight ends in the class too, man. Y'all recruited some good tight ends. I know one. Yeah, y'all got two.
Really good.
Yeah, really. Yep. One of them remind me when Brock Bowers leaves. To me, he can replace Brock. And there's one coming up on the list, but it's not him. It's Lawson Luckily. That's the one I think. I'm talking about when he leaves. That's what I mean. When he leaves, like no. But matter of fact, I was saying, Brock is a Heisman race next year. I feel like Brock a different dude. Nah, yeah, he a dude, man. Brock a dude, bro. But next dude, I am dude too. Gabriel Harris. He one of them dudes. I like what I seen, but I do like his size. 6'4", what is it? 6'4", 237. I like that size. So he got size that Kirby can easily work with.
Yeah, and I feel like he's more deserving of his rating than CJ was.
Yeah.
I was okay with him getting a 4-star.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with the star ranking. I was just like, no.
Yeah, like he plays ball down at IMG. Yeah. He plays ball. Yeah. He plays ball. And matter of fact, there's some of his highlights where I seen where I felt like he actually outshined a lot of the other 4 and 5-star IG defensive players. I felt like he outshined them and he kind of took over the spotlight in some moments. And so, yeah, I think he's very powerful. I think that's his thing. He's powerful. I'm interested in seeing if they're going to try to pack him on some more pounds, or if they're going to try to slim him down more. Are we going to make him a little heavier to see if we can make him a little heavier, more powerful, and be more twitchy? Or do we want him to be slimmer and try to emphasize his speed more? So that's what I'm interested in, like what their goal is with him, because right now he's pretty big. I think what does it say? Yeah, 240.
Yeah,
240. He's pretty big already. So I'm interested in seeing what their game plan is. I would like to see him and I know I threw this name around early, but more of a the Walker, Trayvon Walker.
Yeah,
like, he's not necessarily a dedicated defensive tackle, but he's strong enough to play that during the game. Yeah, but he's light enough to play defensive end when you need him to.
Yeah.
So around that 260, 270-ish range, I think he'll be solid at.
Next dude on the list, one of the tight ends we'll talk about. Dude, good, man. Since I like my tight ends to be in that height range. That's when you get out in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? He can actually line up wide if you need him to. Stretch the field. He got good hands, and I like what I seen from him.
You talking about Spurlin?
Yeah, Spurlin.
Spurlin. Yeah, I like his measurables. I don't know very much about him. I know he's coming out of Florida. I know his name popped up earlier this year when they were talking about our tight ends, and they first started mentioning the rumors about Arik leaving. I think it was around, what we talking, August, September timeframe when that first set of rumors came out that Arik might be leaving, and they were saying that that's why Georgia was recruiting more than one tight end in this upcoming class. And he came up, and he did have some highlights where he was kind of mossing a few cats. But at least me personally, I thought that it was against inferior competition at that point in time. But some of his games that he did against good competition, he definitely did his thing. Put on a little bit of a show. So he definitely. I don't think he's a day one starter. I don't think he's going to be the next Brock. I don't think he's going to be the next Darnell, because even Darnell isn't Brock, but Darnell is huge. Darnell is an offensive tackle playing linebacker. I mean, playing tight end. So, he's an offensive tackle playing tight end. And so, definitely on this kid's year 2, I think that's when he's going to probably take that huge step, and he's going to do his thing.
Okay. Do you kind of see him? Because I was high on the other tight end too that's on this list. Do you see this tight end taking more of the like Vlad McConkey type role?
No, I just think he's gonna be a traditional tight end. I think he's gonna. I think right now what the problem is we're so starstruck at what Brock is doing that we think every tight end that comes in needs to be like Brock, and we forget that they're tight ends. I almost said just tight ends. No, they're tight ends, which is. The job is not to go out there and catch the ball like Travis Kelce, like Brock, like that's not what they're normally meant to do, But he could be let's say a Mark Andrew. Mark Andrew is a really good tight end.
Mark Andrew is a great tight end. Yeah, I like him.
Tight end, but he ain't Travis Kelce. But he's a really good tight end. So
that's true.
But I think we're always looking for that next George Kittle, that next Brock, that next Kelce, that next.
That's true.
We're looking for that, and so that's what we want him to be. But I foresee him being just the old school traditional tight end. He's going to be out there. He's going to help out the run game. Run those drag routes, those routes across the middle, those simple curls. I think that's what he's more than likely inclined to be.
And the next dude is an offensive line, Bo Hughley, whatever. He one of them offensive line big guy, but I just noticed with the offensive line position, it's a developmental spot. So it's one of them things. You look good in high school because you're bigger than everybody, you know what I'm saying? But when you get to D1, bro, it's a different beast. So we all know that. You probably gonna have like you said earlier. You gonna have to probably see about 2 years before you're really ready. You know what I'm saying?
So for him, I'm interested is if his footwork's gonna be good enough for tackle, or if they're gonna put him at center, because at his weight, he ain't gonna make it at guard.
No,
he ain't gonna make it at guard because I want to say what is he 280, 290?
290,
280, 290. So he's too light for guard. But the 290 range is 290, 300 is good for tackle if he wants to go tackle. But
Yeah.
What I've seen, he looked kind of sluggish to be a
Slug,
tackle.
yes.
He don't look like a tackle.
Yeah.
He looked very sluggish to be a tackle. To me, he might end up having a go more of that Cedric Von Prawn route, where he's a center. He should have been a guard, but since he can't put on the weight to be a guard, make him a center. But Cedric Von Prawn played center in high school too, so
yeah,
that's why he was comfortable with it. So I think this might be something that this kid might have to be looking into as well. Because Cedric Von Prawn, does he leave this season or next? I think he might be leaving this season actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be looking for a center here soon.
Okay. And the next dude, we talked about him already. That's Lawson Lukley, whatever, the tight end. You know what I'm saying? We talked about him. Next dude, we're gonna talk about Gabriel Harris, cornerback. What's your thoughts on
him? So I feel like again, he's one of those
beef up
those athletes that's small. He's little, man.
Yeah.
I think right now it's one of those situations where Kirby and the team feels like they can take a little bit more risk with the athleticism of the players versus their size. Because right now, we still got Green that's coming back next year. We still got Stark coming back next year. We got guys that are waiting. So for the next 2 years, we got corners and safeties, and we just signed another 5-star safety and 2 more 5-star corners that they're gonna come and develop. So with kids like him, with like Harris has the size, height. He has the height and speed, and if you can put that kid on that 25 pounds and make him 200 pounds, you're gonna have yourself an animal, an absolute animal. You get him in that college program, you get him on a college meal plan, you get him on a college workout plan, and you get him to develop his body, because he already showed that he can play. He can play ball. You develop his body and get his body where you need it, where he's comfortable playing at, with 200 pounds, he's going to be dangerous. But I feel like as of today, he's a little lighter than what he needs to be. But his skill set, his athleticism, his ball tracking, the kid is amazing, man. He's gonna. I think he's definitely gonna make it to the league. He has the skills to make it, as long as he can stay out. Obviously the injury bug, and if he can put on the weight, he's gonna be solid.
And he a Florida kid too, so and I like all them Florida kids that be coming out of high school, bro. Them dudes be different, bro.
They can run.
Yeah, they be different. Hey, but the next dude, his name Jamal Jarrett. I don't know how much you know about him, but he was one of my favorites out of this class. And when I watched, he's kind of Jordan Davis-ish. I'm not saying he's gonna be him, but to me, he's underrated. He's very underrated in this class to me. That dude, he is a bully in that middle. He big dude. He's quick on his feet coming out of the line. Like plays in the middle like Jordan Davis. Like I see the same skill set as Jordan Davis with this guy, man. It's good. Man? They're real good.
Do you think he should stay at his weight or he should gain weight?
Got him at 6'6", 340.
He plays between 230, between 330 and 340. And Jordan played at around 360, and he dropped to 340 at times.
I say stay his weight, man. I say stay his weight because he's quick off his feet now, and 6'6", 340. That's a big dude, man. That's a big guy, and like I think he even ran the 100 and for his size, I think he did it in 12.
Yeah,
like that's fast for a big dude, man. Yeah, like I think he's good at his weight, man. Probably just put on some just put on some muscle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the muscle, the extra weight to come with the muscle, but that's good weight. You know what I'm saying? Good muscle. But that dude, to me, he's underrated. They got him as a 4-star, but to me, like, he's a 4-star. But I think it's somebody that a lot of people overlook the process. Period, man. This dude, he has what it takes to be a Georgia defensive lineman, I think. And this other dude,
I think personally, he should drop. He should drop about 15, 20 pounds.
Okay,
that's me. I don't think he loses his power. I think he gains speed with his power if he drops a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah,
I see him more at that point. He can be utilized more like Carter, like how Carter's being used. Carter he's quick. People can't get in front of him. They can't block him.
Carter different.
And that boy he different.
Hey, but you know, I was telling people that last season. I said Jordan Davis just overshadowed. I said, but I don't realize Carter was playing most of the snaps last year. Carter was different last year. Jordan Davis, when he got in, he just made such a big impact that it overshadowed what Carter was doing last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, Carter to me was the best defensive lineman on the team last year.
Oh, last year, yeah. Honestly, I thought he was gonna go to the league last year. I thought he could have did it.
No,
he could. Oh, okay. He wasn't eligible yet. Okay. I ain't know. Okay. But the next dude, Chris Peel. What else? Yeah, Chris Peel, cornerback.
So I don't know much about Chris Peel. I don't know much about Chris Peel. I do know Roderick Robinson though.
Derrick Henry.
We got him.
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry. I sleep on the skip the last dude period and just go to him, honestly. Derrick Henry. That's what I didn't think. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to get Robinson. I thought we were going to lose out on Robinson. I felt like he was going to go somewhere else. One reason why we needed him is because we need to reestablish the RBU name.
Yeah,
we are RBU. We supposed to get all the 5-star running backs. We supposed to get the big name running back. We're RBU. So for one, just for that legacy alone, I felt we needed him. 2, we're gonna be losing Kenny McIntosh next year. They're saying Kendall Milton might leave. I think I personally think Kendall's gonna come back because he was hurt all this year, so he didn't get to put a lot of good stuff on film. So I think he's gonna come back, but they're saying he's gonna leave. So definitely, if he leaves, 2 running backs, basically under scholarship at that point. So based off of him signing and a couple more recruits, that would put us at I think 4 total for the team. So we needed him. And he's fast. He's big. He's agile.
Derrick Henry, man.
He's a grown man on the field.
Yes,
grown.
Like when I seen, I was like, how the heck Derrick Henry get back in college, bro? Like, this ain't fair. That dude big, bro. Dude big, and he fat, like you said, fast. Like his running style really reminds me of Derrick Henry. How he gets it out, like he hit, bro. He hit.
Yeah.
And I'm scared to see that at Georgia, bro. Kirby gonna eat that up, bro. Oh, this dude, Kirby finna love this dude, bro.
No, yeah, he gonna, and that's the beauty of the way the team is built right now. Is as long as they keep recruiting the way they're recruiting, no matter the game strip or no matter the game that they go into, they can either go run heavy or pass heavy. And I think he's going to be one of those guys that when we need to go run heavy, he can withstand the beating. And when we're up big, he can withstand the beating and finish games for us. He can get those rough 3 or 4 yards every carry, keep moving the chains, keep moving the ball forward. And then that way, we can kind of end the game versus having to throw the ball in the quarter when you're up.
He's a finisher. Yeah. He's a finisher. Yeah. Next dude is Kelton Smith. He's the dude from Carver in Columbus. And I watched the film. He can be good, but he really needs to work on his footwork. He needs to work on his footwork. Yeah. That's what I seen from him. Like, I'm like, he can be good, you know, but he's definitely gonna have to be developed. Have the patience to be developed.
Yeah, and I think that's why he was borderline a 3-star.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely inconsistent. But I feel like with time and with development, he will come around. I think he's just one of those high school kids that he's just so much better naturally than everybody around him that he just out athlete you. I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm faster than you. I'm just better than you. So I don't need to worry about technique. I'm just gonna beat you up.
And so, you know, with him being from the area, knowing the area. When I looked at this highlight, that's all I was saying. I'm like, yeah, they probably ain't have nothing. No way. That school probably didn't have nothing. No way. They play Columbus High, man. Let's be for real. You know what I'm saying? Like Columbus High, no man. I don't even think that baseball team out that good no more.
No, don't do Columbus High like that, man.
Like, wow, it ain't that special.
They studying for the SAT.
But you know that's what I thought though. Like they play like, you know, Hardaway probably had something because that's what y'all got there now. I can't even think. Michael Williams. You know, he came from Hardaway. Yeah. That dude, he was the real deal though. Michael the real deal. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of what Anthony Evans. I seen his tape. I seen his wide receiver tape. Fast dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna have to probably get bigger though, but he fast, you know what I'm saying? He real fast, but he gonna have to get bigger though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And then actually a person that I think is a sleeper is Kyron Jones, the running back.
Running back, yeah, okay.
So he's a 3-star running back. That kid, I think he has an opportunity to be real special, man. He's super fast. He has that perfect running back build where he's low to the ground, he's solid, he's real thick. He's that thick running back.
Yeah, like a bowling ball.
I think personally, man, he's going to be one of those guys that traditional Georgia running back that you're used to seeing that's going to come in, not going to really know much about him. Like one of those running backs from Georgia that Georgia has that you like, who is this? Like a lot of people didn't realize when Holyfield came out. Everybody like, who is Holyfield? Brian Herring. Everybody was like, what? Who the hell is Herring? But they're out there balling. Right? They're going to be he's one of those guys that's on the field where they kind of come out of nowhere and, you know, help out with the system and stuff with the offensive line and the way he runs and his size. I think he's gonna be pretty solid.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know what it is about 3-star running backs, but I like them because they be under the radar. They come out there with that grit and that grind, man. Like who put like Josh Jacobs? He was one of them dudes, 3-star, went highly under recruited. He came to Alabama and dude made an impact immediately. Like dude was different, man. So I always like them type of running backs, them under the radar. Like even in the NFL, like I always say, I'm like, I probably wouldn't even draft like now in today's game. I probably wouldn't even draft. Like I'm not drafting a running back high. Is what I'm saying because it's too many people that's coming out of college that can run the ball. All you got to do is put them in the right system. All them dudes probably good if you put them in the right system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's true. And then the way the game is changing right now is a lot of teams don't necessarily need you to run the ball 20, 30 times a game.
Nope.
They need you on the field, and can you get those hard yards when it matters, when they need you to. Yeah, other than just need you to, you know, be a great pass blocker, catch the ball out of the backfield to put pressure on the defense. And then that's it. Because like you can even see right now with even if you look at the Cowboys, Zeke is being slowly pushed out.
Yeah,
he's being pushed out because Pollard,
he doing it. He's doing it.
He's like a mini wide receiver that can run the ball.
Yep. Yeah. And that's why Alvin Kamara is so valuable, because he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's so true.
Yeah,
but I do like
CMC.
Yeah. But I do like right now the top 3 rushers in the NFL. They all come from the SEC. Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, and Nick Chubb. I'm like, see, that what SEC football about right there. I like that.
I thought you were about to say they all come from Alabama.
No, hey, but that's kind of what I was getting at. But I had to make it an SEC thing because he did sneak in at 3. But that's kind of what I was getting at. That's what we do. Running back you.
Oh, see, you had to do this when Todd Gurley was leading the league in touchdowns.
No, I'm just like y'all. Like, what have you done for me lately?
Okay. That's true. You got me there.
What have you done for me lately?
We're about to have another one out.
Yeah, y'all are. Man, look. That's why I tell people I'm a fan, but we talk our junk about Georgia fans, but when you just look at it for real, like, come on, you gotta be real about it. Like, Georgia headed into dynasty mode. I'm just being real about it. They headed there, man.
If they can get this one this year, they are set up to potentially go for a 3-peat. Yeah, they're set up for it. Now it's difficult. First, you got to get the second one, and then obviously, a lot of people don't realize a lot of luck goes into it too. Being able to stay healthy, keeping players on the team, all that good stuff. Getting the ball to fall the right way in some tough games, like that stuff matters. But if they can get the second one,
keeping coaches on staff, like that stuff play in effect, man.
Yeah. Even
and that's what I'm saying. And that's what I was saying earlier too. Like, people don't realize how much Alabama has been depleted over the last couple of years from coaches. Because let's talk about when Sarkisian left, he took coaches with him. Then when then our running back coach Charles Huff, when he left, he took coaches with him. So it's like, now you bringing all these parents in that come raise your kids, and them kids, a lot of them come with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's so much that plays in the fact that, like, stuff we don't think about. They might take a little stuff like that. The strength and conditioning go like an effect of that stuff, man. And that stuff as normal casual fans. Yeah, that stuff is normal. Yeah. It just for real, like, them y'all on top now. So y'all seen it last year already. Somebody came and got Dan Lannon real quick.
and then we beat him the first game of the season. Remind him who's his dad.
It was so funny because people were talking about Oregon gonna beat Georgia. It was mostly Alabama fans saying that, but I was on the other side. I'm like, listen, Oregon is not about to beat Georgia, bro. I said, you got to be crazy to think Bo Nix finna go down there and beat Georgia. I said, man, y'all crazy, bro. Man, I ain't believe that.
You seen what Bo Nix did against Georgia when he was with Auburn? Nothing.
Oh, with Auburn? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I never had confidence in him. Like, but man, look, we're gonna end this thing. We've been on here about an hour 14 minutes. Hey, it was a good show. I love it. Love to talk. I love talking football, man. I love talking football. Not just Alabama football, but all football. All aspects of football as I can. That's my point of doing this show too. I try to from all around instead of just on the field making judgments and, you know what I'm saying, being a couch coach or whatever. I like to talk about it all, man. But appreciate you for taking time out your day to do this with me, and I'm gonna try to get you for the Ohio State game again, bro. I want to do. I'm trying to do that.
Go Dogs.
Do that.
What time it is? You let me know. Go Dogs.
Hey, y'all in the chat, y'all for tuning in. I see we down to 2. A lot of people left out a little early. We got a lot of Alabama fans. They probably weren't trying to hear that Georgia talk, but hey, y'all, this my thing, man. I talk about football all around, y'all. This my thing. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. The ones that tune in, y'all hit the like button, whatever. If you didn't, appreciate y'all. Roll Tide and
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Yeah. All right, y'all. I see y'all tomorrow. Tune in at 2 o'clock, y'all. I'm doing Texas Recruiting Show.